साउंड आ रही है मेरी? हेलो हेलो हेलो।
How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA.
ओके, अच्छा ऐसा करना है। अपना यही है, सही, अच्छा है।
Define your genetic structure.
अब इसका मेरे को देना है कि क्या ज्यादा होगा। ओके। ओ भाई, ये 4 में इसमें देख रहा है ये। ओ भाई साहब, छी भाई, बीच में रहने दो। अच्छा है भाई, यही यही रहने दो, कोई नहीं, मैं कर लूंगा। बट भाई इतना छोटा सा मुंह दे दिया है भाई यहाँ से। मेरे को भी नहीं आया। उतना भी अच्छा नहीं लग रहा मेरे को। चल ये ठीक है थोड़ा, चल ये रहना है। ये कैसे इन्होंने दिया होगा बे? चल ये रहने देते हैं थोड़ा सा।
Choose a genetic resilience.
ये क्या है? रेडियो एक्टिविटी, हीट, बायो हजार्ड और कोल्ड। हाँ देख रहा हूँ हाथ पे। कोल्ड लूं या ग्रीन लूं या हीट लूं? हीट नहीं, अच्छा लग रहा है यार इस पे। हाँ आई थिंक रेडियो रेडियो अच्छा लग रहा है। ये ब्लू भी अच्छा ही लग रहा है। मैं तो भाई कलर को हाँ नहीं मतलब, अब भाई वो तो फिर बीच में फिर होगा रखना है। 0 तो कोई नहीं। अच्छा हो रहा है क्या? ये रहेगा। अब हो गया ना 1-1। देख, 4-4-3, 3-3-3-4, ठीक है ना इतना तो। सही है। अपने
Choose your first style.
फर्स्ट टाइम। ओ भाई, ये कैसा है भाई? हेलो, कोई वो दो ना, ऑप्शन देना चाहिए ना। नहीं, ये ठीक है, चल ये भी अच्छा तो लग रहा है मेरे को ये। यही अच्छा लगा भाई मेरे को तो, यही अच्छा है।
Pick your main color.
मेन कलर, ओके। अरे हाँ यार, ये भी बात है। रेडी है, अच्छा लगा, अच्छा लगा। रेडी होगा अच्छा यार। और तो क्या है ये? ब्राइटनेस है क्या? ये नहीं हो रहा चेंज। कर दूं क्या ब्राइट, या रहने दूं बता? इतना ठीक है नहीं? इतना इतना देख इसका ब्राइटनेस, ठीक है ना? या और कम ज्यादा देख तो, अरे फर्क कर दे, देखना ब्राइटनेस थोड़ा ये ठीक है। नहीं
Choose your detail color.
डिटेल कलर बना दूं क्या? ना रहे उतना भी अच्छा नहीं लग रहा। आई थिंक ये थोड़ा सही है, बता।
नहीं, थोड़ा लाइट ऑरेंज, थोड़ा
लाइट ऑरेंज
येलो
नहीं यार, ऑरेंज ऑरेंज पे, ऑरेंज कहाँ ले
लाइट और लाइट डार्क तक जा रही है।
भाई? अब तू वहां पर देखना कि वहां,
अंदर की तरफ लाइट जा
ओ भाई ये तो येलो और वो ऑरेंज देख यहाँ पे है, ऑरेंज ऑरेंज यहाँ,
लाइट
यहाँ तो वाइट है रे, यहाँ पर ऑरेंज है, ठीक है? तो मेरे को यहाँ यहाँ आना तो ही होगा, पर वो देखो स्टिल वो येलो ही आ रहा है। तो ये बता। अच्छा तो लग रहा है मेरे को तो ये है, अच्छा तो लग रहा है, रहने दो।
Pick a class.
ठीक है क्लास, अबे क्लास क्या चीज है भाई? लोग who choose a life,
Mercenary.
ओ भाई
Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Psyphreak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Deadeye. Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Deadeye.
डेड आई ही अच्छा लग रहा है मेरे को तो।
Deadeye. Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Psyphreak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Deadeye. Mercenary. Deadeye.
डेड आई अच्छा लग रहा है, चलो।
Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work.
W to move forward, भाई इतना तो
Here's
पता है।
somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads.
अच्छी तो है,
Choosing a
अच्छी तो लग रही है
path
काफी,
is that
सुंदर
fork
है।
in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice, a reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you, your inner voice to be precise, an echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realise who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you...
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually.
ये वाला चलता है।
Right is always right.
राइट राइट, ओके तो राइट से शूट करता है और उससे
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
इसका ना माउस का मेरे को करना पड़ेगा, माउस बहुत ज़्यादा हुआ फास्ट है। कैमरा सेंसिटिविटी होगा ये 3 कर देता हूँ। 25 ठीक है। हाँ अब थोड़ा ठीक है।
Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
monster आया। ऑल्ट से डॉट ऑल्ट ऑल्ट नहीं रही, रुको ऑल्ट नहीं, मैपिंग में जाओ और ऑल्ट ओ भाई अपने आप लिया।
You better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
भाई
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
move towards an enemy to target them with melee attacks. हाँ वो तो पता है। Aim the camera towards the enemy to target them with range attack. Okay. Reload R. And then when that you can perform a quick reload. A successful quick reload will shorten the reload time and increase damage of next bullet. Reload by pressing this. Okay. Key energy is used for dodging using mutations and performing special attacks. When you're out of key energy, you will be unable to perform the action. अरे इसने किया ही नहीं मतलब। थोड़ा कंट्रोल्स में प्रॉब्लम है हमारे को, समझो मारू। कुछ तोड़ने का भी है क्या, या फिर ऐसे ही है? फिर डबल जंप भी है। ओके, अभी तक तो नहीं मिला कुछ। Electric modding. Yeah, you found a weapon special effect add-on. Okay, attack it to your range weapon to give it an extra damage. Typo as long as ammo lasts. Some enemies have an instance of weakness to different weapons special effect. You use them wisely. Okay. Protect special add-on. यही है ना? और एक गोलियां वेस्ट करनी है पूरे। ओके, मैं समझ रहा हूँ क्या है इसमें। फाउंड मेडिकल ब्ला 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 हेल्ड कैन प्लीज फ्रॉम कंटिन्यू। ये तो हेल्पफुल है, अभी के जाऊँ। टॉयलेट में कुछ मिलेगा क्या? ठीक है। गेम तो अच्छी है। Turn to parry enemy attack when you can see lightning bolt flash above their heads. Press Q.
The oil sludge is everywhere. For most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
सही कह रहे। फॉलो मी कैन ऑफन बी लूटेड। हाँ, ये तो पता है। अच्छा, इस ब्लैक में नहीं जाना मेरे को। हीलिंग का मिल गया। और उसने वो ये मारे जा रहा है मेरे को। अरे कैप्स मैंने प्रेस किया था। इसके कंट्रोल्स अभी भी मेरे को क्लियर नहीं है। फिर से कोई आएगा तो some enemies carry large shield. You need to break the shield with melee attack before you can deal damage to them. Okay. अरे ये अरे defeating enemy and completing quest will give you XP, leaving it to blah 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 blah. Raise one of your attribute by 10. Okay, you will get 1 point that you can use to unlock skill. Boom, 2 and 5 slot. Tab to press. When you level up, you can increase an attribute of your choice by 10. Okay. Pick up attribute you want to increase from हेल्थ पढ़ाऊँ क्या अपनी हेल्थ 38 हेल्थ कर लेता हूँ। मेली डैमेज then you will earn upgrade points when you're leveling up. Then you require new special. This is time to unlock the first special. You can perform a special attack. Connect weapon type it. अरे यार मेरे को रेंज लेना चाहिए था। Once you have a bit much, remember to spend them on this. You're on way to performance. Bosses radar promoted in the lower right, okay, hand corner of the screen. Okay, चलिए ठीक है। एनर्जी, हेल्थ भी हो गया।
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
करना क्या है उसका?
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress, blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Great shot. Hack and slash.
Use of bioblob. These are found useful unlock mutation. Defining mobs and finding containers and places in the world. Okay. This is why you can use the bioblobs to unlock special power at any time, accessing the mutation part. ये मेरे को मिल गया, देखता हूँ. Duty mutation tab to unlock psi power biogenetics and to upgrade our weapon. Usability, press the button this. Okay, while pressing and holding. क्या दूँ रे? स्पेस दे दूँ क्या? ई से तो इंटरैक्ट है मेरा, इससे भी वो है. ओके, मैं समझ गई क्या तेरा.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Found a puzzle. These are scattered around the world. Some open new paths while others different remote. The switch node is set to rotate QE, okay. Rotate QE. The number of rotations you have left, the higher the increment, the more it moves here. Each at a certain position, it must be repeated to complete the puzzle. Learning how to move before may have consequences, okay.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and, without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Okay.
The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go.
Easy. Perfectly counting enemy attack will stun them. Okay. Some enemy has stars circling around their head. After hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up in the air by pressing Q.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Chop chop! Slash and dash. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
पहले लूट लेता हूँ उसके बाद बात करें. अरे यार ये बाहर जा रहा है. रुको. ऊपर तो नहीं जा रहा. नहीं ऊपर नहीं जा रहा.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's the legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to fight. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. After the old village was destroyed and you disappeared, a struggle between the families erupted, and over time, had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
By default, dialog was set to advance from one NPC line to the next one. If you want manually, you can change the setting. हाँ पता है. अच्छा यहाँ मैं जो छोटू से ये अच्छी बनाई है रे, क्या सुंदर है.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter.
चलते हैं पोटैटो लेते पोटैटो. वही मर जाऊंगा. तो क्या करूं? हेलो
You found one. You should. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and... You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall... You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of Ki. You handle that. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral. One day... But to...
फिफ्टी काटता है एक से.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, from this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family...
Flashback अपना देख.
He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide. a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of... The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friend... He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
नेट मिलेगा कुछ है क्या इसमें ऊपर जाना कहाँ जाना
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
क्या लग रहा है रे फोटो लेने की डेली में ये स्प्रिंट सारे स्प्रिंट आ रहे हैं पता नहीं था
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
हाँ इसने मूड दिया उसमें ऑलरेडी ओ भाई पहले ये हम
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Your inner balance to have that completes the wholeness. So all times you'll be able to manifest your inner balance through deeds and dialogue choices. You are those who always act in the same manner and some of the choices make an action. You take the balance of your action, creates your aura, suits the dialogue with the character.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but
You can size and log side part that can use unlock the iconic powers. Powers can only be unlocked once you have quite dark or light balance.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Because I want you to unlock power in reputation and some power can unlock aura score, meaning that your siphons cannot unlock power of same color as the current aura, though without color.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important. Out of date knows you'll make a better stand against. The Jagni tribe is likely to be your primary choice as they seek to become omnipresent and most regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Jagni especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. He believes you share Jagni's view on the world. Regardless, Jagni would welcome someone that had helped them against the Myriad tribe. He'll be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
You currently have start version that I'll see the top and you can change which version track. You can change equipment and weapons. Circle action is another part of the body that can gear up with equipment, arms or board movements. Simply it can be in output menus. You can sort the gear according to the brand. Let's grab the highlighted piece of gear in the crafted subscribe it. Hello, game saver.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
ये वाला लूँ ये वाला ये थोड़ा शांति टाइप है ये तो हम जा रहे हैं
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
अरे गलत 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 फिर मेरे को मार रहा है
You're in pain. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Cautions you that the Sifu may be a little impatient today, as bad news has just come in from the front line.
बहुत सही कैसी लगी गेम तो अच्छी लगी मेरे को अभी तक तो अच्छी लग रही है बहुत बढ़िया लग रही है अभी तक ग्राफिक्स भी अच्छे लग रहे हैं बहुत
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore
और बताओ
peace.
कैसे हो भाई बढ़िया चल रहा है
The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place.
मैंने बहुत खेली मस्त एबिलिटीज हैं वेरी बॉस
He
वैरायटी
welcomes
ओके
you to the Myriad Fort,
अभी तक
introduces
तो हम
himself as the tribe's Sifu,
देखा वैसे एबिलिटीज बहुत बहुत सारी हैं
but he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
ये मूमा के बारे में
Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Says there has to be some dark so that light can prove its purity above it, and promises this will happen if you help them unite the tribes, defeat the World Eaters, and save the Tree of Life.
Warning set the game end goal to save the tree line using destiny for pivoting rival sequences limited to 9 hours.
He could only hope for you to do that, and is thankful you know what's right. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of.
ओके तो उनको
He says
control
you'll
में है.
regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even though you don't share their values, they hope you'll lead with mercy. The outcome of this war tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. They passed the point of no return as their words lost power and see no other way forward than using violence. Seeing you brings back his memory. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help. He can't blame you for not remembering, but he can sense the stillness of something lost.
इस जगह है रे.
Let's see.
इधर ही हुआ.
Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. Blasting it to bits. Running low.
अरे लेवल अप
Pain is nothing to you.
ब्राइटनेस और थोड़ा थोड़ा लो करो। वो भी थे अब ठीक
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer.
है स्मूथ
Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He's happy he's good. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. Doing just one thing helps you get more done in less time. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? Way to go. Don't let the sound of the waves drown out your spirit. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try too hard. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. As long as it doesn't kill you, it'll only make you stronger. She'll see you at the village square. She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the end, too. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. He's learned that things are never as bad as they. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't. He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he's an expert, but sometimes he just does what's right. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He says only a few are willing to do the little things, but if you make enough of them, they can have a big impact too. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help you feel at home. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He thinks he's looking. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of every day she gets, especially the ones you share together. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. Then start by meeting her on the village square and take it from there. She knows you're a free spirit, always on the move. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. You'll have to face pain at some point. He offers to help you get it over with. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? She says it's nice of you to consider them, but they have weapon training at sunrise tomorrow, so they'll need all the rest they can. The most important thing is that you're okay. She suggests that you forgive your enemies. Nothing. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling. He knows growing up is hard, and things will continue to go wrong. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll talk to her, sure, but you know she wants you to accept responsibility for you. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics.
Cherry la fia.
He's curious to see what you found.
La fea nuchikaya baravka.
He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionucleus pool.
Ikaya baravka. Und lumfaubsor.
He can work wonders with pretty much anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. Says at least dirty hands are proof that you tried, and that counts. That you failed this time doesn't mean you... He says it's about time you learned how, and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found. The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you. Agrees. You should take it with you, wear it to practice. He's sure your Muma will forgive you for not wearing the traditional outfit. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you...
Betty?
Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Hopes you're as ready as you claim to. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the... But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back. Wants you to prove that with some practice first. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Andro?
Thanks you for being such a... Been working on a present for you, with the help... You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it. That's why you should be sure to thank him for it. Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful. Figuring that out is half the fun. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. Says it's not a record keeper, more like a... Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder, it's been a long day. Everything. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Biomutant from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. He wants to destroy her. The time to fight is coming, whether she's ready for it or not. Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has... She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you. History has finally caught up with you. She loves how brave you are, but she can't be worrying about you. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Let's see. What? To build. What to build? The tribe's caught a fluffy hawk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
genle mayak manrunab. Sevoche gunchu adronelma trayo. Etro chodum. Me kumagul.
They've received news, O Ronin.
A
A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercador.
Rayo tesucho.
You should hurry there and help them best the outpost.
Legenebo ya pepioyo.
Not really. It's west of... Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, look, an emergency box from the old... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? You're low on health. That's the good stuff. Nothing beats the darkness. That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they... There must be a track somewhere in this brick